Welcome to the Sunday football review for round 2 of the 2024 NRL season. And I must admit, Sunday football was quite strange. I really enjoyed the first game between Manly and the Roosters, but that second game, man, Dolphins and Dragons. What a disappointment for the Dragons. I'm very surprised by the result in that one. I thought the Dragons would win. I picked them to win, but I think they're still at the nightclubs on the Gold Coast from last week. I don't know what the hell happened to them tonight, but the Dolphins just went straight through them, and yeah, the Dragons didn't recover. But what about that early game, Manly and Roosters? What a cracking game that was at Brookvale Oval. Manly too good for the Sydney Roosters. But as always, guys, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you're a regular viewer, thank you very much for tuning in once again to the Sunday football review. Hello to the live chat. Hello to Riley, Josh, Michael, Hosea. Hosea said he's still crying. It's all right, brother. You be right. Hello to everyone that's arriving. Hello to hello to Michael. Hello to Rishi. Who else is here? We got Fev Bone, 8 from 8. Congratulations. William Pearson, Luke Melbourne Storm fan, Marley, everyone that's watching. I hope you guys are all doing good. My tipping this weekend, 6 from 8. The Warriors let me down. The bloody Warriors. All I had to do was make one tackle and they win. And obviously the Dragons. I don't know why I tipped them. I fell for the trap. I thought they'd back up their win last week, but they did not. They did not do that. But all right, make sure to like the stream. I would really appreciate it. Let's get to the very first game. Manly 21, Roosters 14. This was a great game of footy, man. I really enjoyed this. Manly versus Roosters. What a cracking game of footy, man. Trent Robinson, he deserves to be praised. His press conference was all class. He pretty much admitted that they were outplayed, Manly controlled the game pretty much the whole time, and he accepted the defeat. So fair play to Robbo there. The Roosters have got a few things to work out. They've got some problems. They do have a few problems, the Roosters. Luke Keary, he went off with a HIA late in the game, and it's a concern for Luke Keary because we know his HIA history with concussions and whatnot. So I don't think Keary will play Friday night against Souths, but that's a big loss. As for Manly, I mean, they did lose a few players as well. They lost who did they lose? One of their wingers, didn't they? They lost Talau during the game. He also scored a try as well, Manly, Tommy Talau. They lost him, so they had Kohler go to the wing. Ben Trbojevic played center and did a great job. Form Burbo was very good today, but first try of the game, Manly put up the bomb. Tedesco drops it. All the people that are whinging about it should be a penalty. Learn the fucking rules. Honestly. Tedesco jumps right next to Radley. He collides with him. He drops the fucking ball. Manly pick it up. Croker scores to try. It was a fair try. So many people whinging and bitching about it. It's just ridiculous. So, fair try to Lachlan Croker. Manly go to 6-0 early. Good start for Manly. And then the Roosters pretty much hit straight back through Daniel Tupou. Just a simple block play down the left-hand side for Tupou. Tupou scores, 6 points to 4 at that point. And then Kohler scoring for Manly out wide. 10-4 Manly. And then Tedesco scoring a very nice try. Every time Manly would score in the first half, Roosters would hit back, 5 minutes later. Tedesco with a very nice try. 10 apiece at that stage. We get to half time. It's 10-all. and I thought it was a really good first half of footy. Obviously, Manly, um, Manly were the better team in that first half, but I thought the Roosters did well to be level with Manly. I thought, with considering the circumstances, Manly had most of the possession. I think they had about 60%. The Roosters were defending quite well for the most part. So for it to only be 10 all was quite good. Quite, or 12-10, I should say, Manly. So that was quite good for them. Um, Second half begins, and then Tommy Talau scores for Manly. Manly go to 18 points to 10 in front. Manly were looking hot at 18-10. And then I think there was a penalty goal from Manly, which made it 20-10. And then Dominic Young scored for the Roosters. What a try this was. They threw the ball Manly, and then it come off. I think it come off Joseph Manu or something, and it went backwards. Dominic Young caught the ball. He ran 90 meters, Dom Young. What are we there? Fucking 18 all, something, or was it 20 all at that point? Oh no, fucking 20-14, sorry. And then obviously Manly up by a try, 20-14, and then about 8 minutes to go. Manly get in position, and Daly Cherry Evans takes a field goal strike about 25, 30 meters out, kicks it. Manly go up 21-14, and that's pretty much it for the Roosters. They just weren't able to get any more points, and that was all she wrote. Manly, too good for the Roosters at home, 21 points to 14. Manly 2-0 to start the year. Really good start from the Seagulls. I thought they looked really good out there. I thought Cherry Evans was good. I thought Olakau'atu was a handful all game. That last try he was denied was rubbish, by the way. That should have been a try. Thought Jake Trbojevic was the best player on the field. Ben Trbojevic was terrific. The Manly forward pack, Alole, Nathan Brown, Olakau'atu, Burbo, Nathan Brown, even Bullimore, they all did their job. I thought Corey Waddell, when he came on, he played pretty good too. So, really good result for Manly. For the Roosters, I thought Tedesco was all right. I wouldn't say it was great or anything, but did his job, I guess. Kieran Walker did not have a great game. Brendan Smith was a bit hit and miss. The decision to start Terrell May in the front row and put Hargraves on the bench, I think backfired on the Roosters. Jared should have started. Terrell May brings more impact off the bench, so I think they got that one wrong, the Roosters, but it just wasn't the Roosters' day, was it? Suaalii was well handled from Garrick most of the game. So I just thought Manly were a little bit too good in the end, and that they deserved the win. So well done to Manly. Roosters, they got a few things to fix up, but they'll be okay, I think. Luke Keary is a bit of a worry, so if he's out, I'm going to assume that Manu will go to 5/8 and Billy Smith will go to centre. That's my guess. If Keary is out, or they'll just go Sandon Smith and Sam Walker. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But my player of the game, man, Jake Trbojevic, best player on the field. Jake was outstanding. And the final game, we won't spend too long on this one because it was an absolute snooze fest. Dolphins 38, Dragons 0. I don't get the Dragons or the Dolphins. Dolphins were beaten 43-18 in round one. The Dragons were victorious at the Gold Coast 28-4. This week they play each other and the Dolphins win 38-0. What the fuck? Like, I know, teams bounce back from round one, but did anyone see this scoreline coming? Like, really? 38-0? I thought the Dragons would win tonight, but they were horrible. They were absolutely horrible. So, definitely a concern for the Dragons. You can't just win by 24 points one week and then get beat by 38 the next. Like, you just can't be doing that. As a Cowboys supporter, I'm somewhat confident against the Dragons next week. We should be winning against them next week, but you just never know. The Dragons might bounce back now, so we can't take them lightly next week, that's for sure. But for the Dolphins were just really good. Their forwards they went hard all game. Flegler, Nichols, Ewan Aiken really gave it to him. Kafusi did his thing. Everyone just did their role, and they did lose Nikorima in the first half to a HIA, but it didn't even matter who was out there. They all just did their job really well. So, very good from the Dolphins. The Hammer was outstanding. He is definitely the player of the game. He had 3 tries. Asako got one off a kick. Nichols went over pretty easily. Avarilla's try was poor defense from Ben Hunt. Marshall King's try was just nobody was trying. It was shocking. It was absolutely shocking. But all you can say is well done to the Dolphins for bouncing back. The Wayne Bennett factor wasn't going to allow his team to get beat 2 weeks in a row. So they were much improved. And the Dragons, well, I can't get a read on them. They win by 24 in the first round and they lose by 38 in the second round. I have absolutely no idea what to expect from the Dragons next week. No idea. As a Cowboys supporter, we're 2-0. We should beat the fucking Dragons next week by at least 18, 20 points. But we just don't know what's going to happen. I can tell you one thing for sure. The Dragons won't be as bad next week. They will definitely be a lot better at home next week at Cogra. They will be much improved. But, my God, 38-0 was embarrassing. I know it was at Redcliffe, but it shouldn't matter where the game is. You got to show up and do a job. Now, I'm not saying this is the reason that the Dragons lost, but you know what I noticed? The Dragons were playing up on the Gold Coast last week. You know what they did the day after the game on the Sunday? They flew back to Sydney, stayed in Sydney for a couple of days, and then I think it was Friday they flew back up to Sydney, flew back up to Queensland, up at Redcliffe. If I'm the Dragons, I'm keeping the team in camp for an entire week, and I am getting the boys around each other, and I am getting well prepared for the Dolphins. Flying back to fucking Sydney, then going back up there 4 or 5 days later is just so stupid. If you're playing back-to-back weeks in Queensland, you might as well just stay up there and camp up there and just, bond and get ready for the next game. So I'm not saying that's the reason they lost, but it definitely could have something to do with it. That's for sure. But look, I can't really give anyone a praise for the Dragons. I thought Michael Mollo was the worst player on the field, man. He was so bad. It wasn't even funny. Michael Mollo was disgusting. Leilua, first game, didn't do anything. He probably shouldn't even played, to be fair. Everyone was bad. Flanagan, Hunt, thought Tyrell Sloan tried really hard. Yeah, no words. No words for the Dragons. Dolphins were great. Player of the game, the Hammer. By a mile. Hammer was the best player on the field. But that's pretty much all I have to say on both games, guys. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for watching the Sunday Football Review. I'm going to get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the NRL Round 3 tips. Round 3, if you have a look at all the games, could be the biggest round in a fucking long time. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And yes, I'll be at Dragons Cowboys on Saturday. I'll be at a few games this weekend. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.